But what about him using children to lure these guys in?
Well, he used one 16-year-old, but he had his parents' permission. Well, I mean, I don't know like everyone he's using, but I've done 2 stings with him before. Like I've done stings with him twice. And
So,
one guy was 27 meeting up with a 12-year-old, and then another guy was like in his late 30s meeting up with an 11-year-old. And I think guys like that should be off the streets.
no, we understand that. I understand that. But at the same time, I want to see what he's in it for. Is he in it for the kids or is he in it for his pockets? Because he's making more money.
So you want to cancel this guy ultimately, is what you're saying?
Correct the mundo and his buddies, Toronto.
When I met Alex, first of all, he lives 2 blocks over from me. I didn't know who he was at first until he busted one of my neighbors down the street, a 69-year-old man on Cassidy Campbell's channel who's meeting what he thought was a 12 or 13-year-old, one of the two. It's on Cassidy Campbell's channel. It was in Missouri City, Texas. And that's how me and Alex first met. And I DM'd Alex and I said, hey, you know, I see you busted that guy down the street and I see him walking his dogs every day. Now he's not outside anymore. So I guess, you know, he must have got canceled by the neighbors because all the neighbors are like knocking on his door wanting an answer.
I get that. I get it. I get it. There's sick people on the internet.
Okay.
But Alex is a piece of shit. You know, and that's the best way I can explain it.
Okay, well, can I
That's
ask you?
point blank, period, dude. Alex is a piece of fucking garbage. There's no other way to say it, really.
How many convictions does he have?
Alex, I think like he's only got, well, personally, from what he's told me as a friend, he said that he's only had like 3 busts out of all of them.
And did they get convicted? Did they let go? Because you realize Cam botted out. You realize that, right? Biggest fucking joke. Bunch of fucking clowns. In it for the money. In it for the clout. Not in it for the right fucking reasons, period.
So do you think all these predator poacher channels essentially are just in it just solely for the money? Like they don't really care about the children?
Poachers, correcto mundo. Just like Rami
100%.
is. Just like Rami is.
The problem with Alex is, and I told him this privately, like on the phone, like he had asked me, you know, like none of my catches are not turned into convictions. And I said, well, the reason why is because of the things you say. Like if you would be more professional, like that's just my opinion. I'm not like downing him because he's my friend, but I told him if you were a little bit more professional and you just eased off the jokes a little bit, I think they would maybe consider some of these cases because some of them he has like full proof,
Right.
like these guys admit it. But the jokes and then the controversial stuff he says will negate the case. And I told him that he needs to lay low on the jokes a little bit. So I can understand where people would say that he's unprofessional and that maybe he's just doing this for the money and he doesn't really care about the cause of the children when we do talk. Like, I mean, I've done stings with him before in the past. I haven't done like a catch with him in like 9 months ago, but we've done a couple of stings downtown in Houston. We've had a little, we busted like 3 guys the first day. We busted like 4 guys the second day, but I didn't know that he was using like underage kids, like photos. I know we did have one underage kid on the first bust I was with, and it was like a friend of his cousin or something. And he's like, but he told us before we did the catch, he said, yeah, this kid right here is 16 years old and we got 2 guys coming over. So you need to get your cameras ready. Cause I had my camera with 128 megabytes on there. So I have up to 11 hours of recording time. So I told him, okay, well, who's this kid right here? He said, oh, well, this the decoy. I said, damn, that kid look kind of young. He said, well, yeah, he's 16. I said, okay. Oh, all right. I didn't think nothing of it. He just said, well, his mom and dad okayed it. So I just